I'm going to show you all a big money movie that my Ripple partner just put out today. Christian Carlo, you're not going to believe this. This is amazing. Everything makes sense since they know what you'll see. Soon, these badass institutions will make some announcements. They're even telling you that they're working on putting this plan into action and making history right now. Only a few of us will be better off than before. If you buy something once, you get 2 skins. If you buy it twice, you get 2 more. And if you buy it 3 times, you get 4 more. That's a total of 6 skins. It's time to begin. The name of this project is Digital Dollar. The head of this group is Christian Carlo. They have been thinking about the future role of the US dollar since 2022 when they came together to make a sandbox. Right now, they are looking for ways to improve the facilities. And you won't believe what you hear from both Thomas Pita and Christian Carlo. This is really great. This video will make great sense to you guys after going over everything we've recently talked about, especially how important liquidity is. We did the first listen in the world, and I was sure that this was the future of technology when I left the commission. This is how the internet has changed every part of life. Getting rid of the need for middlemen in banks, finance, and money handling. It has already done this to shopping, social networking, getting knowledge, having fun, and leisure activities. This will change. From what we know about money, we can say that the big banks will continue to put a lot of resources into this without anyone knowing. Because of this, we now have 2 big prospects. I don't remember the name, but maybe you do. Read it now or soon. I was surprised by both of them. With a few big steps forward, the middle-tier banks will all have to do it for free. They will not build it themselves, though. Instead, they will look around and ask, what's the industrial grade? This will lead to broad adoption by institutions, which I think will encourage others who might not have been sure to adopt a solution that meets all needs. Even though it has privacy built in, it works with all of our friends. Because Ripple is an important part of the payment system and is known as a reliable brand partner, the payments architecture gives users the privacy protections they need to trust it. Let's hear this out, because trust is the most important part of any payment method. After that, Ripple keeps a close eye on what they talk about regarding the same project. They are trying it, and I can promise you that it will be very dangerous. You can see where we're going when they start with small businesses and grow to 200 of them. I'll give you an example because it's interesting. This week, we announced Project Mariano, a project whose main goal is to make CBDCs more popular in the world. To do this, we picked 3 economies, Singapore, France, and Switzerland, and put together their CBDCs to make an automatic market maker. You can sell any of the currencies against any other currency. This example comes up because I think it shows a big change in how we think about foreign exchange. To start our chat today, let's talk about Project Mariana. This body of work is growing quickly and is looking into how we can use an automatic market maker to make it easier to do business across borders and currencies. We looked at 3 countries, Singapore being one of them. It's impressive that France and Switzerland can join the different economies of about 200 countries around the world and make sure the payment system works smoothly. You know about all the different companies and how they put their CBDCs into a common type of overseas pool that made trades automatically. A point made by Claudine earlier that is often missed has to do with the idea of cash pools. Having that liquidity in place is very important for making sure that these plans work. It gets less useful for these models as there are more currencies and more liquidity is needed to make trades possible. Even though there isn't always enough liquidity, if we all put all of our cash into one currency right now, there might be more liquidity. There is a history to how a currency usually grows, but that is how it usually does when all the money is taken away. Make your pricing systems work better. Having liquidity in place is an important part of making pricing structures work better that is often ignored, but it's essential for these models to work properly. I remember the Thomas Petra video because I had another one that wasn't very good and people were saying that it was AI or that I was recording and editing his words. The clear video, on the other hand, shows at least 2 huge banks. That's why they say what they do. Once someone starts, a lot of people will want to join. This will likely lead to a well-known formal adoption that will hopefully inspire other people. That might not have been clear, so there you have it. Ladies and gentlemen, please know that I thank all of you. Let's get into the specifics now. With Ripple's digital XRP going over a 1 trillion, I think we will reach these goals. The market value of XRP will hit 100% at some point in our lives. Okay, but what does that mean for the value of XRP? To do this maths, just divide the market by the amount that is already out there. CAP works well for the prediction. If we do what we said we would do and give XRP a market value of a 10 trillion with 90 billion in circulation, the price of 1 XRP will be $111.75 billion. Let's use 65 billion XRP for now, which is equal to $133 per XRP in circulation, or about $135 per XRP. Do I really think these goals can be reached every time? Okay, if you only use the few brain cells, that makes sense. But if I seem rude, please forgive me. Please don't say anything when the market hits $2 trillion. I'm being cautious. People who say things like, oh, you said that the other time are not what I want to hear. This number of $80 trillion is just a rough guess for you to work with. What do? You think the ecosystem's value will be in the future, even if Bitcoin wants to reach $1 million? In other words, $20 trillion or so. Okay, let's talk about market capitalization. Can you remember 1020304050506 plus? When it comes to trillions of dollars, usefulness is important. That's where the assets are that are working smoothly and constantly around the clock. And you heard Christian Carlos say that this is pretty much what I've been telling you guys, that things will change. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to say how much I value all of you. Feel free to tell me what you think in the place below. We'll be back soon with another movie.